Okay, yes, cultivating permanent positive company culture. Congratulations, this is the conclusion. This is the final chapter. This is the last episode. So well done. And what we're going to do now is we're going to just tie all the loose ends together and bring it together as one. I want you to see it as an innovative inspiration. Okay, we're disrupting old patterns, especially the old patterns that no longer serve. So it's a continuous process. It's always the beginning, it's never the end. Now, in tying everything up, we're going to be looking at three things. And within those three things, there's another three things. It sounds complicated, but it's pretty simple. So we're going to be, the three things that we're going to be looking at each level is basically the priming, how we prime ourselves for that, how we reinforce it, how it gets anchored, and the reflection thereof, how we can reflect it. So of that priming, reinforcing and reflecting, we're going to be looking at the company state. And the company state can be looked at in three different ways. There's first of all, the environment. When we see a flower is not thriving, do we change the flower or do we change its environment? Do we change the topsoil that it grows in? If we have a pond where the koi are all dying, do we just keep on replacing the fish or do we change the environment? Okay, so we need to look at our environment. Now with the environment, with the priming part, what does all the employees feel when they enter the workspace? Is it a vibrant and inspiring place? Is it chaotic or is it slick and organized? Does it instill a sense of pride? Does it reflect and reinforce quality and pride? Now that's the first thing to address because that's the first impact people have as soon as they move in. What is the mood that gets felt when people enter the company workspace environment? It's very important. Moving on, number two, it's all about addressing the emotional well-being of the staff members. Now, Tony Robbins, in his company Strategic Intervention, they say humans have 6 emotional needs, okay, in order for them to thrive. So the first one being certainty, okay. Now, normally your salaries give people certainty because it allows them to have some kind of surety and some kind of security that bills will be paid, basic needs will get met. Now, that alone often just doesn't lead to much excitement, so variety is the second human need. They need to shake things up a little bit, not the same old mundane thing all the time. The third thing is acknowledgement. Is there some form of significance that they're getting? Okay, is that emotionally being met? Is there some form of significance in the part that they're playing? The fourth one is connection. Is there a sense of belonging? Is there a family kind of orientated feeling there? Are they feeling part of something that's larger than just themselves as an individual? The fifth one is growth. If you're not growing, you're stagnating. Okay, we're part of an ever-expanding universe. So if you're not growing, as the universe is expanding, you're not changing, you'll actually feel like you're contracting. Is there some form of growth? Do they feel like they're getting somewhere? Because you don't want stagnation. And the sixth one, which is very important when it comes to fulfillment, is contribution. Do they feel that they are contributing to something that's larger than themselves? Are they adding to something? Because that builds self-value. Right, so it's about checking out, addressing the need they want and giving it to them in the best way possible. Interesting that that's the same basic rule as it is when it comes to your clientele as well. What is it they need and provide it? Same goes for employees. The third state is more of a subjective one. That's basically the underlying spirit of the company itself. It's the big why that it contributes to the economy. It's not about a business taking its slice out of the economy. It's about bringing something to the overall economy and actually expanding it and building it, making it bigger. We're referring to that X factor, the primary premise behind the whole business itself, behind the primary premise of production. It's the vision, mission, and intention that reflects all of the above in not just the products or services, but the brand, the people, the whole collective itself. Now, if you can combine all of these and get the sum of all the parts together, man, I cannot see how a business cannot scale, cannot thrive, and will have people saying that I want to work with them. So he has a healthy, cultivated, collective company culture that serves everybody in and outside of itself, where everyone comes together for the greater good and contributes to a better life for all. The process of expansion is never ending, and it never will. We're always in that process of seeing deeper truths and in a process of growth and expansion. Right, now we've completed this course. I would like to invite you to keep the momentum that you have accrued while doing this course. And if you haven't done the 21-day Proactive Positivity Challenge, I'd really encourage you to do that now. If you have done it, then great. And then move on to the Training with Titans, where we share the wisdom and strategies of a lot of elite mentors and coaches. There's a lot in there that'll help you prime, reinforce, and reflect, and take it to the next level. From myself, I wish you much love, peace, health, wealth, and happiness. And I'll see you in the next training. Much love.
The Big Cigar.